We're diving into the hidden world of health misinformation on social media. From viral nutrition trends to miracle supplements, not everything that glitters online is gold. Well, our guest is Paul Fulford. He's a healthy living expert and is here to break down the myths, reveal the real world dangers, and help us navigate the digital health landscape safely. Paul, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me. And I think the issue is pretty simple. The algorithm is not a medical board, right? When you look at it rewards confidence, it rewards controversy, it rewards shortcuts, not context, evidence, or safety, right? And this isn't small. We're talking about a world where huge numbers of young adults follow these influencers and a major percentage of bought products based on recommendation.
Yeah. Why is health and nutrition content so vulnerable to misinformation on social media these days?
Um, I think that, there's a lot of different schools of thought on that. I would say I think that sometimes it has to do with people now have become more advocates for their own healthcare,
Yeah.
right? I think since COVID, everybody's kind of been like, hey, what can I do to preemptively? What can I do to have a better baseline? I mean, I know that's something that I preach on a regular basis. There's going to be things that happen and get thrown at you. Like we've had this flu that's been kind of bad this year, right?
Oh, yes.
And if you've got a good baseline, you can be more resilient to handle whatever comes at you.
Yeah, yeah. And how can we tell the difference between an influencer who knows their stuff and one who's just chasing clicks?
This is a great question. I believe the credible ones, they show receipts basically.
Yeah.
They explain trade-offs and they tell you when something's experimental, right? I listen to people like Dr. Mark Hyman, Andrew Huberman, Dr. Mike Israetel, Dave Asprey. They're not perfect and nobody is, right? But uh, they usually use three things. They cite evidence or guidelines when they can. They explain mechanism of action, and so that it's not magic sauce, right? And then they admit uncertainty instead of selling certainty. And the real thing that I think that people can utilize the most are the three R's: risk, receipts, and rationale. The risk: what is the downside if this goes wrong? Receipts: is there real evidence or credible guidance behind it? And rationale: does it make sense for me, my meds, my history, my labs, and my goals?
Yeah, yeah. Those are all very good questions. And I have to add this as well. You know, as a journalist, we're always taught to cross-reference. You never just take information from one source and one source only. You need to cross-reference against other publications and other experts to see what a wider array of voices have to say about one particular thing. And I think a lot of times we've lost that instinct of discernment in when we see something, we think, oh, well, that looks good, I'm just going to latch on to it, and only because it's on my feed should I buy into it. That's dangerous.
It is dangerous. And again, your feed is again, it's what you're interested in. It's not necessarily what's right, wrong, or indifferent, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
you always, and just like any good journalist is going to do that. They're going to verify their sources, right? They're going to make sure that they have their credibility, and you should be doing that for your own health even more so, right? Because you only get one body technically, is until we get further along with science, you only get one body, and you've got to take care of it while you've got it.
100%. Can you give us a few examples of some of the trends that we're talking about?
Well, I mean, some of these trends are crazy, right? You know,
Like, for
when
instance, what's a
when the
carnivore baby? What is that?
the carnivore baby.
Yeah.
I was actually going to speak about the drink borax trend. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not. What is this?
Oh my gosh. So just think about it. Borax is a laundry
Of
detergent. And
course.
remember we had the Tide Pod challenge thing that went forever go viral, which
Yes.
was horrible and toxic. But now you've got people saying ingesting laundry product because it was framed like, is framed as a detox or inflammation cure.
Yeah.
And it do not do this, right? Like
No,
this is
no.
not healthy.
That's common
Um,
sense, though. Have we lost that as
well,
well?
common sense is not so common anymore.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Well, you said it. So awareness is really critical when you're absorbing and looking through your feed and you're constantly on social media watching these videos. So what strategies should people use, do you think, to stop the misleading of health advice before it affects their decisions?
That's another great question. I would say there's some pretty big red flags to watch for when you hear absolutes like always and never, or when you hear fear hooks, your doctor won't tell you this, conspiracy framing,
Hmm.
they're hiding the cure, one cause thinking, one toxin explains everything, and then miracle timelines like fix your hormones in 7 days.
Yeah,
Like it's those are vibes, not evidence, and your body is not a trend. Your body works off of physiology, biology. it,
that's
it
right.
works with certain things, right? And the best advice I would say is use social media for inspiration, not
Sure.
prescription, right?
Absolutely. And just to end on this note, so I had mentioned it earlier, the carnivore baby, in case you don't know what that is, it's feeding infants and toddlers an exclusive or near exclusive diet of animal products like meat, eggs, butter, and skipping those traditional cereals and things like that. So always consult with your doctor. Paul, I want to thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. Great
Thank you
advice.
for having me again. Absolutely.
We'll be back after this.